All right, boys and girls, today I am in the Social Studies Journal. It's the one that at the very front says, My Social Studies Journal. And I am just going to turn to the next clean page. It's really important, boys and girls, that you don't just skip to a random page. You always want to look for the next clean page. And today's page, and I like using my crayons when I'm doing my Social Studies Journal, or I can use my pencil. It really doesn't matter. But for today's page, I'm using my crayons and I am writing the title of my page. And the title of my page is, Why Do We Need Rules? So why is W, H, Y. Why. Do is D, O. We, W, E. Need, N, E, E, D. Why do we need? And then I'm going to actually pull a different color for rules, and I'm going to make it really big. I'm going to make rules. I'm going to take up 3 lines because I want to. R, U, L, E, S. And I'm going to use my first color and I'm going to make it a question mark because this is a question. Why do we need rules? Okay. And if I wanted to go over the letters for rules and make them thicker, I could. I'm going to make it stand out a little bit. Okay. Sometimes it's fun to do that. If the idea of going over your letters, you're like, oh, that sounds stressful. Well, then don't worry about it. This is like a little extra. Why do we need rules? Well, what are some reasons why we might need rules? Okay, so I am actually going to I call it a window. It's where I make a line down and a line across. So I'm going to make 4 boxes. Okay, so why do we need rules? Okay, so one reason we need rules is for safety. Okay, so I'm going to write the word safety. Okay, to keep us safe. Okay, and then can you think of a time when rules keep us safe? Okay, you could draw lots of different things here. Okay, I'm going to draw a stoplight. Okay, and I'm drawing a stoplight because that's a rule I can really think of that always keeps me safe. If I make sure that I stop at the red lights and I go on the green lights and I slow down, not speed up, at the yellow lights, that keeps me safe. So that is one reason why we have rules, to keep us safe. Okay. So I've drawn a traffic light. I can make it be on a pole, or I can make it be on a string. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And if you thought of a different reason for a rule, then or for a different example of safety, you could draw it there. Another reason why we need rules is to make things fair. Okay, so I'm going to write the word fair. Okay, so, or I could say fairness. We need rules for fairness. Okay, so now let's think about what's an example of a rule that helps things be fair. Well, like one of the rules in the classroom is that we take turns and that people raise their hands to talk. So raising your hand makes it fair because it means that people aren't talking over each other. Okay, so that's a rule that we have so that things will be fair. Okay. Another reason we have rules, okay, is to protect, and this is a little bit different than safety, protect our rights. A right is something that everyone should be able to do. So we have rules that protect our rights. Like, for example, do you know that there's a rule that protects your right to say things? Okay. So, like, if you go out, okay, I'm just going to draw a person here. Okay. If you go out and you want to say something, okay, like if you want to say that something's fair or isn't fair or whatever you want to say about it, okay, you have a right to say things, okay? So you have a right to go out and say, you know what, I don't like this law, okay? They may not change the law, but you have the right to say it. It's called the freedom of speech, okay? So you have a right to say what you think, okay? And that's not true in every country. So it's kind of one of the big deals about America is that we have freedom of speech and it protects our right to speak. Okay? So we have rules for safety, for fairness, to protect rights. And what do you think another reason for rules might be? Well, the last reason I'm going to put on my chart, and there might be other reasons, but I'm going to put on my chart the word order. Okay? Because without some rules, things would be craziness. Okay? So, like, keeping order is like being able to, like rules about not littering, okay, make our parks look nice. And that's part of having order and not having everything look crazy. So, a rule about not littering helps keep my park looking nice, and it just helps things be nice for my community. Okay. So, having order is kind of like having things be nice and clean and well kept. Okay. So I drew a trash can on my park. So there are 4 reasons why we need rules: safety, fairness, to protect rights, and to keep order. And there's probably other reasons for rules. And if you wanted to, you could add your reasons on the back of the page. But that's the reasons we're going to put on our page today.